All right, Matt, we'll just run us through what today's all about.
Yeah, well, good morning and welcome to a lovely sunny day in Adelaide. It is actually fantastic weather out here for cyclists nevertheless, but today's the ride to work day, and it's a very important day for us from Eastern District just to remind people about safety and security of bicycles. We have seen an increased theft rate, and it does cause us concern. So it gives us an opportunity just to tell the public with their bicycles and remind them about securing them at all times to stop them disappearing. It's occasionally at rates that we're rather worried about.
What sort of rates are we talking about?
We're currently, we could be looking at several bikes a day leaving the city on occasion, and we're putting some efforts into it at the moment to try to find out and understand where they're going. But it does concern people. This is their form of transport, and if they don't lock it, sometimes they lose it.
Why the spike?
Look, we're not sure. I think Adelaide's a wonderful place to ride bicycles, and have a look around today. The sheer number of bicycles we've seen that arrived here just means it's a redolent commodity that's easy to steal.
Is it because people aren't locking them, or because the locks are getting busted?
It's a combination of both. So we are seeing a lot of bicycles. People do take bicycles home and just park them inside gardens, on porches. Parking bikes on porches causes us concern. They should be locked at all times, at least out of view. And in that city environment, absolutely they should be using the right type of lock that makes it so much more difficult to steal.
Are there hot spots in the city?
There certainly are hot spots for us. North Terrace in around the university precinct is one spot that causes us concern.
Okay. And what sort of locks do you suggest people use?
Ultimately is what's called a D-lock, and it's a hard fixed lock. And they lock that through the wheels and through the frame to a fixed object. And then after that, if it's possible, a secondary cable lock that locks the front wheel, if that can't be removed, to secure it to something.
Some of these bikes are worth thousands. Is that part of the problem, that it's quick money for some people?
It is. As I said, a bike, you can get straight on a bike and just ride away. That's the problem. And some of these bikes are worth in the tens of thousands of dollars.
But you are doing something today to, does that kind of, with the engraving?
So the engraving and marking and providing advice is just one aspect. We do have officers in the city that are actually looking at the bike theft, and we are out there. We've used the city cameras constantly to watch for people that are riding without helmets, people that are hanging around our bike racks, our storage areas, to see what sort of activities going on.
So what's your advice to bike riders, just in a nutshell? What would you say to them?
Simple advice, please, is ride your bike, but at all times secure it and all the articles that go with it in a very safe manner, if possible in a highly visible place, but at all times lock them.
What are some other tips? Should they, take photographs of their bike, know what sort of bike it is? There's a whole list on it, I think, on your...
Yeah, we have these pamphlets. Okay. Sorry, I'll start with these. We have these cards. They're called Bike Passport. They encourage people to photograph their bike, record all the details, keep that close, have an understanding so that they know and they can talk about what their bike looks like should they lose it. And the simple way, of course, is that we're actually also registering bikes using the engraving system behind us on a number of occasions through the city.
And what would you say to bike thieves? You're watching them, you're going to catch them. It is a serious offence, isn't it?
It is, absolutely, it is theft. And we are watching them, and we will put people directly before the courts on all occasions where we see theft involving a bicycle.
Now, just on this search, it's a wonderful result. What do you think about them finding Mrs. Pilgrim or whatever?
Oh, look, it just shows that they've never given up. That's very, very important. And I'm sure all the people, the volunteers, the police, the emergency services deserve a huge pat on the back for the amount of effort and time they've put in to recover this woman, which is absolutely fantastic. The rest of the police force, we applaud all the officers, all of the volunteers up there in the Mallee for the efforts they've put in. It's a wonderful result.